to get low and try to root him out of the paint. And then on offense, we'll probably look to put him in pick and rolls to test his mobility. Seems like a smart strategy, guys. We'll see how they do.
Thanks a lot, Doris.
And the Sixers last season led the league in pace of play, shooting about 25% more three-pointers than everybody else. Even their big men took shots from long range beyond the arc. Really a fun style to watch, and I think it's exactly the way they need to go as they rebuild.
And so just over a minute and a half played. Back to Carter Williams. Richardson against Hill. 6 to shoot. Here's Carter Williams. And yes, sir, that one drops. Here's Sloan. Pass to Mr. Fundamentals. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. This game against Indiana, the first game of the NBA's regular season.
Yeah, a very familiar opponent. They've played these guys an awful lot over the years, and this is the first of their 4 get-togethers this season.
Now here's Noel. And Mbamute kicks to Embiid. Shot clock at 6. They get a hand on it. And it's Noel missing.
Terrific defense at the rim. They got right in his path.
You know, that's part of what great defenders do. They get not only in your path, but in your head a little bit, too.
The feed to Embiid. Noel sets a screen for Carter Williams. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. With some arc, the shot is off. Indiana trailing here, and up the court come the Pacers on the break. Hill leading the charge.
Flying high and throwing down the hard one-hander.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys.
And he does it as well as anyone. Tremendous skill in the air.
A lot of familiarity with these two teams. Steve just kind of touched on. Clark, do you think it really does impact the rest of their matchups later in the season?
Absolutely, Kevin. It sure does. I mean, because for the winners today, they now know what game plan brought them success. So they've got a blueprint for the next meeting. For the losers, it's back to the drawing board for adjustments.
Michael Carter Williams with that rare height at the point guard spot. He's 6'6", long arms, and one thing you love about taller point guards, the ability to really survey the court and pass over the top of the defense.
Here's Mr. Fundamentals. Now the dish to Sloan. And that misses. That would have put him up. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. Here is Mbamute. Another miss by Philadelphia. And for Carter Williams, great quickness at his height. Clark able to defend smaller players and get by them to penetrate on the other side of the floor.
And he needs that, Kevin, because his jump shot is still very much a work in progress. It's not broke, but it's wobbling a little bit. He's got to tighten that thing up going forward.
Here's Mr. Fundamentals. Noel with the block. Carter Williams.
Oh, no. Bad time to slip up there, Kevin. They got to stay focused.
Taking a technical foul here is the last thing you want to do. That was just flat out stupid. Well, Nerlens Noel's rookie season, essentially a medical redshirt, recovering from ACL surgery in early 2013. So this will be his true rookie season.
And Nerlens Noel projected as a #1 draft pick based on his defensive impact as a freshman, Clark, at Kentucky. But the knee injury dropped him to #6.
Yeah, you're drafting that high. General manager's looking for an immediate impact player in the draft. Concerns about that knee and his slight build caused him to slide. But if he gets healthy and adds some weight to that frame, I think he could be a real presence defensively. Fellas, that two-hand monster slam was vicious.
I don't think there was anyone, and I mean anyone, that could have stopped him on that one.
I'm glad they didn't try. You don't want anybody getting hurt out here.
Here's Richardson, following the score by Indiana. Now here's Carter Williams. From 10 feet out, it's rebounded by Indiana. Hibbert's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Now the pass to Scola. That one a little long.
And a missed opportunity right there.
Definitely, I think he should have converted that one.
Mbamute dishes to Carter Williams. Now here's Embiid. D right on him. Back to Carter Williams. From deep. Another three for Philadelphia.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass up.
Pacers trail by 5. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Here's Mr. Fundamentals. He has 6. Hill passes to Mr. Fundamentals. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. 9 points for Mr. Fundamentals. Well, you wondered how things would go for the Pacers after they had a hiccup mid-season. Had to call players only needed.
And did so very close to the playoffs, Kevin. This team struggled because of its youth in handling the extra scrutiny and the burden of expectations, and it took them a while to kind of figure it out and weren't quite as good as they wanted to be during the playoffs.
The Pacers making a switch here. Mahimi's checked in, and the 76ers also making a change. Roten's checked in.
How about that? Gets it off right in the face of the big fella. Quick release.
And operating on the perimeter like that negates some of the height disadvantage, too.
Here's Mr. Fundamentals. He's got 9. Scola, he sinks the 11-footer. Scola's got his second basket of the night.
Then you can see how it affected the team early on in the playoffs. The Hawks took them to 7 games. They had some trouble with Washington. Definitely seemed like they had some issues to figure out.
Now here's Carter Williams. He has 7. Embiid sets the pick for Roten. Off the pick. And off the left side of the rim, and it swirls in for him.
Very effective screen to set up the jumper. That was the key to that play.
There's a good screen. Here's Mr. Fundamentals, and he slams that one down.
Well, the pick was set at the perfect angle on the floor, and he used it nicely.
Well, that's a play we may see from them a few more times.
Why not? I mean, when it works, you go back to it. Make them stop you.
So it's Philadelphia now. The Pacers making the shot. Roten kicks to Carter Williams. Now Richardson. And here is Carter Williams. Rebound by Mahimi.
Great defensive anticipation there to challenge that shooter.
The kick out to Scola. Pass to Mr. Fundamentals. Feeds it to Sloan. Puts up a 3. And again, it's the Pacers for deep.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Carter Williams kicks to Embiid. Embiid sets the pick for Roten. Carter Williams with it. Dishes it to Roten. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Mr. Fundamentals passes to Scola. And he gets it to go. Now it's a 3-point Indiana lead.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. Defense hasn't been able to set up.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
Well, they were getting run ragged out there. Good time for a timeout. Maybe it was even too late, but this club has to regroup now.
Well, I tell you what, it wasn't pretty, and they definitely needed to take a minute to talk things over.
And some changes here for the Pacers. Stuckey comes in for Solomon Hill, and it's Watson in for Donald Sloan. Philadelphia also making some changes. Robert Covington's checked in for Mbamute. Thompson comes in for Richardson, and it's McDaniels in for Carter Williams. Embiid dishes to Roten. Pass to Covington. The 76ers need to get off a shot, and he gets it to go. Indiana leading. Passes it to Mr. Fundamentals. Doubled by Roten. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel.
How about a look at the Pacers and where they ranked in the NBA last last season. First in opponent field goal shooting, second in opponent points per game, and they also showed up in the top 5 in blocks. A good, solid team at the defensive end of the floor.
And Clark, you know this. I mean, anytime you see a team #1 in the NBA in field goal percentage defense, you know they're getting after it. So this is a club that plays extremely hard. They take great pride in their defense. They have a concerted plan, a concerted effort every single night to try to stop the opposing team. That's just a case of two teammates working perfectly together, one setting the screen and the other using it to get that separation.
There's the pass to Mr. Fundamentals. He kicks it to Stuckey. Kept alive. Blocked. Mahinmi passes to Watson. Shoots the 3. No luck. So Philadelphia will take it the other way. Pass to Mr. Fundamentals. Fires from deep. That's good, and the assist goes to Watson. 14 points for Mr. Fundamentals.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this high.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Embiid. And the rebound goes to the Pacers. Mahinmi's got 3 rebounds now in this one. Kicks to Watson. From deep. Thompson with the rebound. Here comes Tony Roten. "14 feet away. That one goes. Count it. Roten's got the game tied up here for the 76ers.
Everybody on the floor is hot. Incredible stuff here in the early stages.
Tell you what, both teams playing downhill. Who's going to blink first?
And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
That shot absolutely had to be reviewed. It's going to have a major impact on this game. To the naked eye, that was a very tough decision.
Man, you'd love for the replay to be definitive, but wow, even in slow motion, it's hard to tell if that one should count.
And they've seen enough. The basket will not count. The quarter has come to an end before the shot.
Still important to have a...
Tune in for a scary night of basketball. Halloween in the NBA. LaMarcus Aldridge and the Portland Trailblazers.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And before we move on, what do you guys think about what we've seen so far from the Pacers?
Boy, a ton of threes in that first quarter. This team really lighting it up, guys.
Yeah, it's been an onslaught from downtown.
Indiana's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory.
The Pacers went with an almost entirely new bench last season. It had been a major weakness for the team in 2012-13. The bench was much improved, and you've got to have that to be able to compete at your highest level, no doubt.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. And so in the game for the 76ers, they've got McDaniels, Robert Covington out there with Noel. Then it's Alexei Shved, and it's Thompson in at the 3. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Shved. Almost, but it rolls out. And for the Pacers guys, they lack the deep pockets of some of the big market teams. That can be a challenge when you try to fill out that bench rotation.
Yeah, but I think they've done a good job of fortifying the bench within their constraints. I mean, it's certainly not the weakness that we saw 2 seasons ago.
Elbow shot. Here's Noel. Makes it off the glass. Noel's got his first basket of the night.
He was the first one to react to that.